identifying and naming congruent parts of congruent triangles. All right, so this one is all just about matching up congruent marks. So they're giving us both of these triangles, and they're telling us that they're congruent. So the triangles below are congruent, and their corresponding parts are marked. So corresponding parts are marked, angles are marked with arcs, like these arcs. Sides are marked with just a tick mark, like this. So when we want to match up angles, which is the first thing they ask us to do, we're going to match up how many arcs this first one has. So if we say, oh, angle A has 2 arcs, we go to the other triangle and we say, which one has 2 arcs? X. So we type X in here. Angle B has 1 arc. So we go to this triangle and we find 1 arc, and that is Z. So we type Z in. Angle C has 3 arcs. So we come over here and that matches up to angle Y. So the number of arcs is how you know which angle matches. To do that with the sides, you do the same thing. So we have AB. So we look at AB, which is this one here, going across. That has 3 tick marks. So we want to come over to this one and we want to find which line has 3 tick marks. The thing you want to be careful about on this one is you want to make sure you're going in the same direction. So they went from A to B. And I want to look at the angle marks really quick. I have 2 to 1. So I want to make sure I do the same thing on this one. I want to make sure I go from 2 to 1. So I want to say X, Z. I don't want to go the other way because then it wouldn't be corresponding correctly. So I want to make sure I also have the angles corresponding in the correct direction. So angle A, remember that matched up to angle X. Angle B, that matched up to Z. So we can do the same thing on here. We can go X, Z. So, and that gives us this line, because this isn't referring to the angles anymore, but we can still match it up in that way, just to make sure that we have the corresponding parts correctly matched. All right, so then we have AC. So that's 1 tick mark, but we're also looking for the angles that go from 2 to 3 arcs. So 1 tick mark, and we want to go from 2 to 3. So we want to make sure we type it in as X, Y. All right. And then last one, BC. So BC goes from, it's 2 tick marks, but it goes from 1 arc to 3 arcs. So 2 tick marks, it goes from 1 arc to 3 arcs. So we want to make sure we go down on this one. We want to go Z, Y. All right. So the last thing we need to do is make sure that we match up the whole triangle correctly. So they're going A, C, B. So again, I'm going to look at the arcs. The arcs is kind of the easiest way to follow this. So it goes from 2 to 3 to 1. So I'm going to start at 2. I'm going to go to 3, and I'm going to go to 1. So X, Y, Z. All right. And if we scroll down, it just shows you all the same answers that we just did. And this is just showing you kind of a little map. So A goes to X, C goes to Y, B goes to Z. So you should be able to, they should be in line with each other. A to X, C to Y, B to Z. So if they're not in line like that, if they're not in order, then they don't correspond correctly. So that's how we know which one corresponds, is the order that you write them in. So the order is super important on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and try this one out. So we have angle A, and that has 3 tick marks. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find the one with 3 tick marks. So that's X. And then we have angle B. So that's got 1 arc. Sorry, I think I said tick marks. 1 arc. So I want to come over here. Which one has 1 arc? Z. I don't know if it'll matter. I'm going to put them in capital just so it doesn't argue with me at all. It shouldn't, but just in case, everything on here is in capital. So I'm going to go ahead and write my answers in capital just so I don't get any grief about it. All right. And then angle C has 2 arcs. So I'm going to go 2 arcs. So I have Y. All right. And then, like I said, the arcs are a little easier to follow on this one. So if we go AB, A has 3 arcs, B has 1 arc. So I'm going to go 3 arcs to 1 arc. So X, Z. And then you can make sure to 2 tick marks to 2 tick marks for the line. So X, Z. And then the next one, A to C. So I'm going from 3 arcs to 2 arcs. 3 arcs to 2 arcs. So X, Y. Okay. And then B, C, I'm going from one arc to two arcs. 1 to 2, so I know Z to Y. All right, last bit here is just to make sure we put them all in order. So it's saying B, C, A. So I'm going B, C, A. I'm going to follow the arcs again. One arc to two arcs to three arcs. That's easy. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I have Z, Y, X. Z, Y, X. All right, let's click check. And something's up. Uh-oh, what did I do? A to X, what did I type in wrong? B to Z, C. My answer for C is incorrect. B, C, A. Oh, because I typed it wrong. Jeez. I said ZYX and then I typed ZXY. That was just my typing error. Oops. Okay, I figured it out. So it just took me a minute to go back and make sure. Just pay attention when you're typing it in. Everybody makes mistakes. It's not a big deal if you make a mistake. Just go back, look at what happened, and try again. All right. So we're going to, again, arcs are the easiest thing to match up here. So A, one arc, one arc. So I have Z. B has two arcs, so I'm going to go to two arcs, which is Y. C has three arcs, so I'm going to go to three arcs. X. A, B. So again, I'm going to follow the arcs. A, B, so I'm going from 1 to 2. So I'm going to go from 1 to 2. So I'm going to go Z to Y. Z, Y. And then I'm going to go A, C. So I have 1 to 3. So 1 to 3. So I have ZX. All right, B to C. So I have 2 to 3. So 2 to 3. So I have Y, whoops, no C, Y to X. All right, so the last one is C, A, B. I'm going to follow those arcs again. 3, 1, 2. So 3, 1, 2. So I want to go X, Z, Y. So X, Z, Y. I'm pretty darn sure I typed it in correctly that time. Yay. Okay, one more of these. So now again, we're just going to follow the arcs. So angle A, two arcs. So we have Y. Angle B, we have one arc. So that's Z. And angle C, we have three arcs. So that's X. And then let's follow the arcs for this one. So I have A to B. So that's 2 to 1. 2 to 1. So we have Y to Z. Y, oops, to Z. A, C, so I have two arcs to three arcs. So two arcs to three arcs. Y, X. And BC, so I'm going one arc to three arcs. So 1 to 3, I have Z to X. Last bit here, I have A, C, B. So I have 2 to 3 to 1. So I'm going to go 2 to 3 to 1. So I get Y, X, Z. Yay! All right, we're all done with that one.